What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Troy, and today we're breaking down a massive upcoming stock split from a company a lot of US investors don't know about, an over-the-counter stock, MARUY, the Marubeni Corporation. So, today we're going to cover what Marubeni actually is, what they do, why they matter globally, and of course, the details on the upcoming 10-for-1 stock split happening on July 8th, 2026. I'm Troy, and this is Stock Market Media. So first off, what is MARUY? OTC MARUY is the US ADR for Marubeni Corporation, one of Japan's largest and most diversified trading companies. Marubeni is part of Japan's famous Sago Sosha, massive trading global conglomerates that operate across dozens of industries. They are involved in energy, metals and mining, food and agriculture, transportation, infrastructure, chemicals, power generation, real estate, and global logistics. Think of Marubeni as a global powerhouse that buys, sells, builds, finances, and manages everything from food supply chains to power plants. They operate in over 60 countries, and their business touches almost every major sector of the global economy. So, what Marubeni actually does. In simple terms, Marubeni isn't a single industry company. They're a global operator with multiple revenue streams. Here's the breakdown in simple language. Energy and power. They develop and operate in renewable energy products, power plants, and utility infrastructure. Metals and natural resources. They trade and invest in copper, aluminum, steel, and rare metals. They invest in food and agriculture. They manage grain trading, food distribution, agriculture supply chains, transportation and industrial machinery. They finance and supply aircrafts, ships, and construction equipment, infrastructure and real estate. They build and operate smart cities, water systems, transportation networks. Marubeni is basically everywhere, and that's why investors pay attention when a company this large announces a major stock split. So, let's get into it. MARUY's 10-for-1 stock split. So the split ratio is 10-for-1. What that means is one share becomes 10 shares. The price per share is divided by 10, so your total value stays the same. If MARUY is 120 before the split, after the split it becomes $12. But if you hold on, then you have 10 more shares. So it doesn't change your total value, but it makes the shares more affordable and easier to trade. That's better for retail investors like you and me. So, the X-date. This happens on July 8th, 2026. The X-date is the key date you need to know. X-date July 8th, 2026. If you own shares before this date, you receive split shares. If you buy on or after the X-date, the price will already reflect the split. Why Marubeni is splitting the stock. Marubeni's 10-for-1 split is happening for a few major reasons. The stock price has climbed significantly. A share price can limit retail participation. They want global investors, especially U.S. retail investors who buy ADRs, increase liquidity. More shares equals more trading volume. And plus, Japan's market is get it there. Japan's market is booming. Japanese companies are modernizing capital structures to attract foreign investment. Hard to get that one out. A 10-for-1 split is a strong signal that Marubeni wants to expand its global investor base. So, what does this mean for traders? Momentum trading, short-term volatility, higher volume over the next coming weeks, more retail attention. So, buy the rumor, ride the hype, sell the news, and play the post-split dip. Splits don't guarantee gains, but they guarantee attention, and attention creates volume. So, what does this mean for long-term investors? Splits don't change fundamentals. They change revenue, earnings, or valuation. They simply repackage your shares, but they can signal management confidence, strong performance, and a desire to attract more investors. A split isn't a reason to buy, but it can be a sign of a healthy, growing company. So, final thoughts. OTC MARUY is a U.S. ADR for Marubeni Corporation. It's one of Japan's largest trading conglomerates, operating across energy, metal, food, infrastructure, and more. They're doing a 10-for-1 split on its X date, July 8th, 2026. Splits increase liquidity and accessibility. They don't change total value, they share structure. Let me know if you want a breakdown of this further, and let me know if you're going to buy it in the days to come. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is Stock Market Media.